All right. And last but not least, Dark is here to impress
I mean,
us
I wouldn't
with
say that
a
that much.
splendid finish. After which hat I tell you, what could possibly
Yeah,
top
I mean,
that?
honestly, like
The Dark
Not
Side.
this
this.
could be in the running of like one of the greatest. I almost spilt soda all over my computer again.
This.
Um
Tell us about the state of the series that you're about to
only
cover.
yeah, that was an omen right there. Yeah, so I have get that away. I have Needy Girl Overdose, the anime. Yippee. Oh man, where to start with this? So this was originally a VN. Um
Mhm.
this was a VN that I never played because once you've seen Doki Doki Literature Club, you've seen them all. Um and not as in VNs, but this
Technically,
is like
I'd
a
say technically
fucking
it's more like an SLG, like a simulation kind of thing. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
it's a
I
simulator.
guess, but
But
it's
yeah,
just like I don't know, bro. Like this like
Bro, it's art, okay?
call me
It's
crazy. Call me
art at the
crazy.
highest
After
level.
DDLC, I'm kind of like, you know what? We don't need subversive media
fourth
like
wall
this anymore.
breaking.
We don't need that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need that anymore. But we're good.
This guy
And I
doesn't
kind of expected the
appreciate
wave.
true art.
Listen, motherfucker, the main fucking like idol's name is OMG Kawaii Angel. Like
Yeah.
I don't care
You
if it's
just
supposed to be
don't get
meta.
it.
I
You
don't
don't get the
care
youth.
if it's yeah, exactly. You're gonna be like, I don't get it. It's like I don't care,
Dude, it's
okay?
ironic. It's ironic millennial humor, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The best, the best kind of humor.
Sometimes,
Oh man.
sometimes, just because something might make sense in your head, you should probably step back and say, is this
Should I
truly
make
what I should
this?
put forward? You know? But yeah, oh man, where to start with this one? I'll just read the synopsis. In a world where likes are currency and every viewer is a judge,
Death
K
Stranding.
Angel. Yeah, K Angel is determined to become the ultimate internet angel. Yet beneath her pastel smile and lively streams, there's more than meets the eye. Um,
While you were reading the premise and also while I was watching the stream, I was unironically doing the full Michael Scott from The Office grimace, from that gif or from that scene.
yeah.
I was doing that grimace as I was just going
I mean,
through
listen,
it.
man, it's
It
like I
was
posted
not
earlier, like with all of this, I just have like the permanent like Homelander look of disgust on my face. Like glaring at it. Like I hate everything about this. Um
my
yeah,
God.
so just to preface this, I'm a hater. If you haven't noticed, I'm a hater. I hate this series. This series basically the anime starts getting into a like what would you call it? Not deuteragonist, like what is that when there's three?
Uh, I th-
Three protagonists?
uh, I think you could call them also deuteragonists, right?
Is deuteragonist
Because
just like multiple? Okay, maybe.
yeah, I think deuteragonist is multiple.
Either way,
Or no,
whatever.
deuteragonist is second, I guess. But yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
You can
that's what.
just
Yeah, so I don't know what either way. There's three. There's basically three main characters going on here. Don't let Maul's listing of K Angel being the main character, throw you off there because she's not really in the show that much when you think about it. When you actually really get into it.
Mhm.
Regardless, I mean, Session earlier in the Discord, shout out to him for pointing, well, not pointing this out, but really doing the synopsis of basically you got three stories going on at the same time. You got the one story of a misanthropic girly pop streamer, but a doomer IRL. You have another girl who's trying to turn her life around, but she's living and stuck with her like rapey boyfriend. We'll get into that later. And she works at a maid cafe. And then you have yeah, a lesbian thruple streamer like hype house who's trying to knock off, I guess, K Angel from like the main streamer spot. Okay, so there's a lot going on in the series, but I guess the synopsis is kind of that. Like, there's really not much else to discuss because let's just get right into it. This series is a fucking mess. It is a disaster.
Yeah,
It is hard to
I
follow.
I watched
It
it too.
I
Yeah,
said
it's
earlier that it very much feels like someone who has only consumed maybe like Shaft content, like Studio Shaft content, and then gave them, and
mangas,
maybe like
technically.
the PowerPoint episode of Lane, and then gave themselves a lobotomy and was like, I'm gonna make an anime now. This is what I'm gonna do. This anime really likes to do random shit with its directing. It likes to change up colors for fun. It likes to change it to a 4x3 and make it really pixelated and fuzzy because isn't that deep. It likes to
Full art.
throw text overlays on things. It likes to just have text on screen because, you know, again, like I said, they watched any of Monogatari and then gave themselves a lobotomy. So we're just gonna do text cut-ins whenever we feel like it, I guess.
This is gonna be the exact opposite of Nokotan, where during Nokotan people were like, excuse me, you're thinking about it too hard. If you just turn all of
Yeah,
your
now they're
brain
gonna be like,
cells
I'm not
completely off.
thinking about it enough. You don't
Yeah,
understand how
exactly.
kino it is to
That
just
screen
do
cut, yeah,
yeah, to do
that
random
that
fucking
screen cut
screen
talks
cuts.
about the youth suffering.
Yeah,
So
and
come on,
characters
man.
characters being in environments like they're like non-liminal spaces or liminal spaces,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck the term is. Either way, the backgrounds in this series, all of the settings in this series look like garbage. All of the backgrounds look like garbage. If you like where Shaft uses these types of ideas tastefully, and I believe who's the studio that did the playing death games to put food on the table. I remember Toast brought that up, and Toast
Uh,
linked some shots too that
I
looked
think it's
quite
Dive.
nice.
It's Dive, which was
That
like
was
the
that? Okay.
Konosuba movie
Yeah, so
series.
like
Yeah.
so they had some really nice stuff in that, you know, with like simplifying the characters, making them just the colors and no outline, things like that nature. Now imagine if a studio was doing that to just basically cut corners and save time. It would look like shit. Introducing Needy Girl Overdose. It looks like shit. Um, the
Kind of
CG
reminds me of what you're
backgrounds
talking about
look
with
like
like
something.
Roll Over Die.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like the CG background. I mean, Roll Over and Die look better than this. Let's be real. This series uses a lot of CG, and it does not look good. It is not blended well. It is animated on like, you
Bro,
know,
it's
it's got like
intentional.
the
You don't get
24
it.
frames per
It's
second
intentional.
animated on twos, but it looks like shit, so it doesn't matter. Like it's not like it looks
It's all
tasteful.
part of
Like
the plan. You don't see the vision. You don't get
yeah,
it.
the I don't get it. I really don't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I do not get it. All of the parts with like it's really incomprehensible to say like what it's trying to do with this series, right? Because none of the stories are particularly compelling. They're not interesting. The second girl I was talking about with the maid cafe with the rapey boyfriend literally has a scene which is like whoever wrote this scene, I don't know if it's in the game. I don't care if it's in the game. Whoever wrote it should go to fucking prison
Probably in
forever
the game.
because like it introduces a like sexual assault, like the beginning of a sexual assault slash rape scene by having the character's boyfriend like come in and he's just like a fucking animated like a menace like and just like
Like a
animated like
hentai NPC.
again
Yeah.
like a cartoon villain and then it's like
Uh-huh.
oh bleh, bleh, like let's my day sucked and she was like shouldn't you have been practicing guitar and he's like I was going to but my day's shit and I'm mad and we should have sex because I'm mad. He literally drops a line, I'm mad because I lost in my video game and all of my teammates are terrible. And it's like, fuck you. Fuck you.
That's hashtag
I
relatable, dude.
Yeah, first of all, hashtag relatable. Play one game of Overwatch, and you'll realize that maybe
The
people
league.
aren't so good at video games. I feel like League's a little bit of a different story. Like, I feel like a lot of people eat shit
Okay.
in League quite often. Overwatch is kind of a different beast, where you're just like, damn, this is a team-based game where like no one knows how to play this shit, huh? Um, but like the idea, like I know what they're doing in that scene, and I talked to Nier about it, and I equated it to the Law and Order SVU scene that became famous, where it was like a rape victim at a gamer convention, or survivor, if we're being woke. Um, talks to the police, and they're like, "Oh my god, what happened to you? That you got assaulted by gamers?" And she goes, "They leveled up." And it's like,
Yeah.
wow, that is the most disgusting depiction of a very serious subject I've seen in a very long time. So
You got too much EXP,
that
bro.
really pissed me off. That really made me very angry. Um, and yeah,
To be fair,
to
it
be
is
the
real
friend
life. When the
that's
actress
too woke,
Kuno and
like,
shit. Yeah.
okay, first of all, that's crazy. All right,
Yeah.
you can't be that a little bit different, a little bit not equatable. I
Yeah,
am
that's true.
but it
I think
reads
it's
like some
insane.
shit like
I think
that.
it's
It
exactly
reads like
insane.
it does read like some shit like that when you think about it. It is that level of like idiocy to
Like
and
cringe.
haphazard nature. Yeah, to fucking be like a rapey boyfriend, he's mad because and like look, like he was playing a video game and like these are like gamers who like everyone's on my team, everyone sucks. That's how like fucking nasty they are. And it's like why would you why use this to try to fucking like talk about or not even talk about to just like depict sexual assault? Like seriously? And
It's
I think
very
it's
like the
disingenuous to be like,
lingo is not good.
well,
Yeah, the lingo is
huh?
very weird.
No,
Yeah. The
the
lingo
lingo's
is just like
awful. The way it's introduced is terrible.
yeah.
The fact that like that's how you're gonna introduce sexual assault is like so fucking stupid to me because again, it's like
Uh-huh.
it's depicted so cartoonishly bad that it's like it takes so much away from it. Where it's like
Right.
if it was a much more almost like directed as if this was a benign scene, but like what's going on and like and more so with like either body language or just like normal conversation that then leads to sexual assault. I think that would be a much more effective scene. But it would have to be directed by someone with fucking talent. But we're not dealing with that here. We're dealing with Needy
Mhm.
Girl Overdose. So beyond that, like I said, story wise, like who gives a shit about any of the other stuff? It's a bunch of characters sitting in like again, like liminal spaces that I mean, we'll call them liminal spaces, but realistically, it's just like spaces that look like shit, just environments that have no detail or lack detail. Um, environments that either make no sense, like, and you could say like that's the point of the series, but again, it just looks terrible. It just looks like it looks bad because it looks flat. Everything like it just looks unfinished. It looks like raw render files. Um, and just not textured in some scenarios too with the CG. So
And the worst part is also the worst part of that is that if you have kind of meh visuals, but the way the storyboarding works, it's a little bit more of a it shows a little bit more of a coherent plot, different perspectives from different characters and so
yeah,
on.
no,
But
unfortunately, this was
from
storyboarded as a fucking YouTube poop. So
yeah, it looks
that's what
like
we're
it's
dealing
trying to
with
do this
instead.
weird like new ground or like with this weird like exhibition style. You know what I'm talking about, right? It's like weird, almost proof of concept art exhibition kind of level of like, oh, there's just like things that are like displayed, or there are these scenes that are played out for that make it kind of look symbolic,
Yeah,
or that, that
or
make it look
like
like there's like a bigger
or
thing going on or
again,
whatever. But it's just
trying to
English
be
porn.
like a
Yeah.
very higher concept or like higher concept like
Yeah,
directing
exactly.
like Shaft series, but it's like this doesn't this doesn't
Shameless porn.
understand the assignment like at all of what you
Yeah,
should
yeah,
be doing here. Because none of this is like followable. I mean, it is, but it's just
yeah,
like
yeah, exactly.
annoying. It's just annoying to
It's
do
like
so.
super obnoxious.
It's
Yeah,
very scatterbrained. And yeah, I think one of the bigger highlights or lowlights, I guess you could say, is the fact that the audio visuals are just so atrocious because it's just at every level. This is not good. Um,
yeah,
and audio wise, the mixing is terrible. The quality of the voices is like the actual audio quality is abysmal. It sounds like a recording, like and just the audio composition isn't good either in that regard because like things will be dead silent, and it just doesn't sound like characters are in a scene, right? And it doesn't, and again, it doesn't give you a feeling of like, oh, this is a liminal space. It just gives you a feeling of this just sucks ass, like this just isn't good, it's just not finished. Which is a shame because it's like, we love to see directors, like new directors, coming out with like insane first showings, like first projects. And this is unfortunately the directorial debut of someone who doesn't have many credits to begin with, and now this is their first thing
right,
they've
right, right.
directed. And this is, I think, the first time that I've been like reviewing something and I'm like, oh, this is the first thing they've directed. Yeah, it fucking shows. Like it shows. Holy,
Yeah,
like,
it's very unfortunate,
man,
and they
very
also
rough.
have
It's
very
crazy
difficult
too
source
because
material to work with too.
yeah, and it's just
So,
like uh, I don't know what they were thinking with this, right? Like it's very strange.
mm,
And it doesn't make any sense to me either because again, like even the like sound director, like this shouldn't be happening, right? The sound director is
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
fucking
yeah.
Kaiju number 8 sound director and Gachi Akuta, like Gachi Kuda. Like these two shows, or even then, Uma Musume, Cinderella Gray, like this guy does like sound directing for like everything,
Oh
right?
god.
Like so like the idea that these scenes, their sound direction is so terrible is very strange.
It has to be a top director issue. Yeah, it has to be a top director
It's
issue.
got to be a top down
Unfortunately.
issue. I mean, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so yeah, there's that. Obviously, then you also have the Needy Girl Overdose soundtrack, which for me, I'm not gonna I'm I'm not gonna say that I think less of people that like this kind of music, and I'm gonna try really hard not to say that, but it's really just I don't get the appeal of like really annoying grating synths that try to sound like an 80s-ish vibe but then also have like which also what I don't understand about this series too is that they have that type of music but then it's paired up with visuals at different points including in the OP, which I guess we can discuss OPED, which also sucks. Um because the OP is Internet Angel by OMG Kwai Angel. And again, it's that very 80s like blaring synths, like very hard like clipping audio.
Right, right, right.
And on top of that, the visuals for some reason are all like vaporwave visuals, right? So you have like the vaporwave sun, the what would you call it? Like the Greco-Roman bust, things like that. Um, but that doesn't it what doesn't make sense to me is like why are you showing that when that's like not the type of music you're using though, right? Like that's not
Uh-huh.
like I guess if you want to say like oh it's because it's like the vaporwave it's like technically idle when you think about it like idle stuff like this is kind of in that same vein of like over consumption type deals, right? But
Right, right.
to me, I was like, I'm pretty sure like Vaporwave just musically just has a different vibe than that. But okay. Um, so that kind of doesn't make much sense. But that to me also kind of just really highlights the sort of vapidness of this entire series in that sense, right? Because it's like, yeah, you're just like taking visuals and stuff and you're just kind of like throwing it together and you're like, well, ain't that a vibe? It's like, no,
Right, right.
not really. like not like no, because it's not really cohesive. So it's not even really a vibe. It's just kind of a bunch of bullshit that you think is deep. But it's not really deep at all. In fact, it's very
It's like a
shallow.
general like it's just like a generally Manhattan theme, and you're just
Yeah, it's like
constantly
a
putting out
Menhera theme
English
with
porn.
like idle
Yeah, yeah,
bullshit,
and you're
and
putting
it's
up
like,
English porn, and you're like, oh, this is just
yeah,
how
isn't
bad
this like,
people can be in
yeah, like
society.
this is how it
Boom.
is. It's like, listen, you're better off trying to consider like fucking oh god, how have I already forgotten that series? The recent-ish one with the twins like Al and stuff. That Idol series, where the idol's like killed in the beginning or whatever. It's the revenge series ish type
Oh,
deal with the children.
yeah, yeah. I know which
I don't
series you're
understand
talking about.
how
I'm
I'm
forgetting it.
blanking on it.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but you know, other people know what I'm talking about, right? You
yeah,
know, she's got the sparkles in her eyes. Like I forget that series. I wasn't a fan of that particularly either. Just where it goes, but I
yeah. Are you
think
talking
that
about Ocean
series in
or what?
yes, Oshinoko, yeah,
Okay.
that series does a way better job at being like a much fuller like look into the seedier nature of idol culture and stuff like that.
Oh
And
yeah, for
even
sure.
then, I would say it doesn't do it incredibly like well or you know that amazing when what you could do. I think it pulls punches and is a little too melodramatic in certain points.
Mm,
Um, but this series does not like doesn't even come close to doing anything or like close to a commentary on anything. Because of
God,
how just scatterbrained it winds up being. And yeah, I didn't even mention this is somehow with visuals this abysmal. This is a YoStar Pictures production, which is shocking to me.
ooh,
I had to like
okay.
quadruple check because like the Arcanite series, from everything I've seen of it, is fine, like to quite good. The Blue Archive, the animation was fine. Like it wasn't incredible, but it wasn't terrible.
Accurate.
Um, yeah, like
It did have some really nice cuts. It was a
yeah,
bit
like the
inconsistent at
visuals
times,
are
but it did have some really
yeah.
nice cuts.
It wasn't like you booted up the show and you were like, all right, I press play. Wow, this shit's ugly.
Yeah.
Which is what's happening here. And then yeah, and like I said, like the Arknight series are quite nice visually, and also God, is this the what is this the Go Loser Ranger? Like that wasn't particularly an ugly series either. Um, but like this is a terrible showing. I like so in that regard, I don't even know what happened. I again, I can only assume it's just like just over like on from the top like director shit and just a both inexperienced director that they kind of like I would love to know like the behind the scenes discussion of like one who decided on this to adapt to begin with, and two like was this did this director volunteer or did they just like basically send him out like you know the one the lone samurai standing in the as the wave of fucking arrows comes like what happened here because someone did
Yeah.
this and I don't know if it's his fault, I don't know if it's production's fault, I don't know if it's like C-suite
The
fault,
people with
like,
the yeah, exactly. Like the
yeah,
people
I don't
with
know
the
if it's like
original
the
rights,
suits,
like kind of taking over.
yeah,
Yeah.
or that, yeah, so I don't know, but I do know that it turned out to be an abysmal mess. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else really to like grasp here other than like more hater shit. Uh, I mean, yeah, like I said, the CG not good. It's just like very ugly backgrounds. And that was the other thing too. I guess the last thing to touch on too is it's very inconsistent. I understand the idea of doing like different styles for like different spaces and stuff like that, but just like in some settings, like I said, it looked very unfinished, the CG, and then in other settings, they'll be like, nah, here's like grime on stuff, but also scene wise just kind of doesn't make any sense. As far as like, you know, the way buildings are and whatnot. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's just all around. It's like I would say it's unfortunate, but like I already don't like this series. So like to me, I'm like I don't give a fuck. I would actually have been
Yeah.
more interested if I saw this and was like maybe a couple months ago when I was at PAX hearing like the Needy Girl Overdose soundtrack blasting in my ear as I walked past a certain booth. Like maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was
It's
wrong about
peak.
all this. Maybe it's actually like insanely good. Cause like I've been wrong before. Don't get me wrong. I've been wrong before about different properties. All right. I rolled my eyes at Undertale for a while. Then I played it and I was like,
Mhm.
actually, this is fun. This is swell. This is a neat little game. Needy Girl Overdose, I'm just like not gonna touch because this anime adaptation was so abysmal that I'm like, nah, I think I'm good. I think I'm good shelving that in my head. I think I'm good never engaging with this IP ever again, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
But yeah.
What
Um I guess my
what score
mall
would you give
rating.
it?
Yeah, my I'm
Yes.
gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna rate this like Anthony Fantano, and I'm just gonna say not good. Like
Like,
because yeah, for the uninitiated, the way Fantano gives out not goods is it means it's a non-starter. Like
yeah,
there's
yeah,
not
yeah.
even like a reason to consider this ever. And from the beginning, you were kind of like, yeah, this shit probably not going to be good. And sure enough, it's not good. Um, if I was to give it a real score, it would literally be like a 0. But like, I feel like it's not even fair because
You're
it
just a
just
fucking
never left the
hater, dude.
gates.
You're just a
It never
fucking
left the gates.
hater, man.
I am a hater. I'm not gonna lie. I am a hater. But I did go into this with an open mind. Um, because again, there's nothing to say that something that I particularly didn't care for game wise or musically couldn't pull out an anime that I was like, damn, okay, that's actually insanely nice. Um,
Mm.
I mean, I'm less of a hater of again like something like Arknights, but I think the anime's cool. Is what it is.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Dark, for helping to cover Needy Girl Overdose. I know we unfortunately did need to cover it, so thank you for helping to take the bullet here. This is based off the game of the same name. It's a little bit more of a simulation than it is a visual novel, but it has all the same sort of themes and whatever. Done by what was it? Yeah, Yostar
Yeah, Yosar Pictures,
Pictures.
and
Yeah.
again, uh,
Uh,
just play Doki Doki Literature Club if you really need to do something like this.
yeah, yeah. It's the anime at least is not something I think you should look forward to. So again, unfortunate, but it is how it is what it is.